Particularly, I mean, a number of the women that were in my screen, particularly with Latina women, when we talk about kind of images and notions of sexuality, right, these kinds of stereotypes and social cultural scripts, right? So whenever there were these women, particularly Latina women, that were presented in these magazines, they're described as, said this in the joke, the caliente, the spicy, right? Very sexy and here to, you know, they're coming, right? That these scripts of what Latina women, right, were desiring and were presented for, right? So that was their description. For, you know, for white women being featured in this magazine, right, I'll take a very kind of popular example right now, would be like Kim Kardashian, right? And how her body functions in a certain kind of way within popular culture. Her most recent spread in W magazine, when she was painted in all like gray, right, and silver-ish kind of paint, one of the major responses was that, is she commodifying black female sexuality, right? This really kind of interesting question of, because of her body structure and because she falls out of certain norms of what ideally was the white feminine beauty ideal, that she somehow was commodifying some essential notion of what black femaleness is, right? So at the same time that they're kind of rejecting this flat reading or two-dimensional reading of what black womanhood is, that all black women have a particular kind of body, there's this kind of closing ranks around an essential identity that's associated with that, right? So, I mean, you'll see it in FHM magazine, you know, Maxim, Complex. I mean, there are a number of magazines that focus on the female body in that, but each one comes with its own kind of own tropes and its own history, right? That there's men magazines now that are considered kind of highbrow men's magazines and lowbrow. So the difference would be, you know, Playboy to Hustler, right, in terms of what kinds of sexuality would be represented in that.